moving to the United States from Nigeria is a whole new lifestyle, and not so many people talk about struggles immigrants face when moving to the United States. Life as an immigrant in the United States is so much more different. That's why I am sharing this video, and let's get right into it. Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm just gonna go straight right into what I have for this video. I've had some questions, comments, some emails from people asking how I was able to join the United States Army, navigate it with grad school, how I moved to the United States. I moved to the United States as a permanent resident was through my dad. There are different ways to get permanent residency, which can be through a qualifying relative. Some people, their spouses can file for them. Your partner is a United States citizen, a father, a mother filing for her children or his children. Siblings can file for one another. I just want to talk about life as an immigrant. There were a lot of ups and downs. I moved into the United States at a time when I was just gradually coming to an end with my bachelor's degree in Nigeria. I graduated with a degree in veterinary medicine, a doctor of veterinary medicine, licensed to practice in Nigeria. However, moving to the United States, it was a whole different story. Moving here, I thought that all that glitters is gold. My lecturers back then in school would be like, once you move to the United States, debts make a lot of money, would be a big blow and all that. I still beg to differ, because when I'm still googling, like, the income rates between medical doctors and veterinary doctors, medical doctors still earn a whole lot more. Even nurses even earn more than some vet doctors. That's another gist for another video. I started checking and researching like the process to practice as a vet here, and it was so difficult. Like, the steps to take, just looked at it and I'm like, is it worth it? And I really researched, went online, looked for Nigerian veterinary doctors, if anybody was able to go through the traditional routes to practice as a licensed vet in the United States I could reach out to. Most people that are practicing as vets here either had to go back to veterinary school or either had to go to a veterinary technician school. For me, when the drive, the passion isn't there, I'm like, it's not worth it. Did I just go for a master's degree? In 2 years I'll be done and get a job. And that was another plan which I was able to successfully pull through and complete my master's degree this year, and I'm so grateful for that. But I would tell you, first few months into the United States was not fun. A lot of people say they want to jackpot, they reach out to me and like, how can I move? I pray for these people. I really want people to move and see that money does not grow on trees here. You don't walk on the roads and start picking gold or start picking diamond. There are struggles. The struggle is real. If you don't have the right sources, the right people to lead you to the right direction, if you don't have the right information to use at the right time, at the right moment, it could be a recipe for disaster. Moving to a foreign country, you need to have it. And so that's what had happened for me. The first few months I was here, I was doing nothing. I was lucky enough to have a roof over my head. My dad was providing for us and all that, but I really wanted something for myself. If I was in Nigeria, I would be working, going to the hospital, seeing my patients. Here I was really doing nothing. I was like, what am I going to use my life to do? There was no money. Even if I wanted to do masters, I didn't have money. If not, I would have to start collecting loans. But then, do I just want to start racking up this loan, getting into debt? I'm just moving into a new country, and I was just looking for a pathway to make this work for me. My education, even though I was educated, couldn't get me anywhere because it wasn't recognized here in the United States. That's some of the struggles you face here. I'm telling you, really depressing. I was seeing my other classmates, most of them had, were working in hospitals, ministries, government establishments and all that. And I was just here and they're like, oh, but you're in America. I'm like, yeah, I'm in America, but my education means nothing here. I will tell you that I went to veterinary clinics trying to see if there was something best they could offer me at the point was a receptionist position, because even to touch anything, even if to file any documents, you needed a certain kind of certification. Is that you are a tech, a veterinary medical assistant, a veterinary nurse, a veterinary technician, something like that. I didn't have any of that at that point, so it was really difficult. Looking back, first job I got was as a cashier in Town. It was a very small grocery store. I couldn't even get into Walmart at that time. That was crazy. because you needed experience. So I would double down as a stocker whenever business was slow, and then whenever customers were coming in, run back to the front, scan goods. And every time I go back home, I'll be like, is this my life? Even though I was making like $8 per hour, it would seem like a big money to me, because back in Nigeria, naira conversion, I was actually a big girl. Maybe I could compare myself to even my classmates who were working as vet doctors in establishment at that point. Like, but I was like, this is not my life, this is not me, this is not what I want for myself. Good advice I had got when I had first moved to the United States and I was even doing that job at that point and seeing those chicken change dollars was, do not let this money amuse you and think you have arrived, because if you actually look at the bigger picture, focus on the main goal ahead, I can make much more money. What is $8 per hour? Like, what is that? That's chicken change. Like, you can't even pay a bill. I moved to Diddy's, which is a subsidiary of Rush stores, and then I was in the same stocking and cashier. I'm like, this cannot be my life. What am I gonna do with myself? I was really depressed at some point, but I just kept being positive, just showing up every day, researching, okay, what master's degree can I apply for and complete and would actually get my leg in the door and open a whole wider range of possibilities, opportunities for me to build a successful career and actually be successful in the United States. I was doing my research, trying my simple best to land an admission very soon, even though at that point I didn't have money. It was either a loan or I don't know, something, money will have to fall from heaven. But I was just, moving forward, that everything take care of itself. Let me get admission first. I could either defer, even though I don't have the money at that point, I could find a loan that would help support me at that point. So I still prepared for GRE exam, and I was still doing the whole cashier stocking job, which I was really not happy with at that point, but I had to do what I had to do. I was even grateful for those jobs still, because at least they helped me. I was able to save money to pay for the GRE exams, to buy GRE prep materials, the textbooks and all that. So also apply for schools that I applied to, they're really helpful. But then at this point, when I was still doing all this, I'm like, I need to find a turning point. I need to find this opening or this thing that would really boost and help me. And then my research led me to, the United States military. I was looking for something bigger than myself, something bigger than me, and I wasn't really happy doing those cashier stocking job, and I wanted to find something more fulfilling, and I turned to volunteering, joined the United States Army, even though I didn't know what it would entail. But for me, challenges have never been something I shied away from. I have always, challenges like gives me this morale boost. It increases, like, it gives me this adrenaline rush. I'm looking forward to the finishing end, that I will see through to this challenge and see the results. That, like, it gives me this whole energy boost, and I'm like, okay, we'll apply for it. Like, if you ask my classmate, anybody that knew me then, like back in Nigeria, my friends were like, we would never ever believe that you we joined the United States Army. Never ever in our life in our lives would we believe that you look so tender, you look so calm, so fragile. I'm like, yeah, when you have your mind on something, you gotta do it. And that's what I am all about. Once I have my mind on something, I focus my mind on something, I do it. Once I see a challenge and I'm ready to finish through that challenge, I will complete it, because I just want to see that ending result that gives me, it gives me this, I don't know how to explain it, but I think you get the picture. And a lot of people have been asking me, can I join from Nigeria? How can I join from Nigeria? You can only join if you are a United States citizen or a United States permanent resident. And you cannot join as a foreigner to get a green card. You need to be between the age of 17 to 35 for the Army. For other branches, the age qualification might vary just a little bit. For 17 years old, need parental consent to join. Then you speak to a recruiter. They also ask you these questions. They ask you your age. They ask you if you're a US citizen or a permanent resident. If you're not either of these, they really can't help you at that point until you're able to change status. They go on ahead to ask you some questions, like if you have your high school diploma, do the height and weight measurements to see if They can prescribe any changes you need to make, either to lose weight if you're overweight or to gain weight if you are underweight. And then they go into the system, they check you in and see, and there will be an available date for you to write the ASVAB, which is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. This score you get for this exam determines the job you get in the military, which you should take very seriously. I actually studied for mine, and not to be too boastful, but I tried my possible best to get a higher score, because once you get a high score, you are at liberty to choose any job you want to choose. It doesn't limit or restrict you to certain kinds of jobs, which was 99. And so at this point, I could pick whatever I wanted to pick, as long as it's available at that point in time for me to sign my contract. Once you've gotten the minimum required score for passing, they find you a job that is available. You go to MERS, which is the processing station. Oh my god, it's so weird down there. Like, I have never felt so violated in my life going for the physical exams to join the military. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, no. If you ask anybody that's gone through it, it's so if you're very conservative, reserved, it's so weird. But you gotta do what you gotta do. What are we talking about? Yeah, the bigger picture. Yeah, so I didn't let that get to me, but you have to pass the physical and medical fitness test. You check your hearing, your eyesight, you do a dental examination, you do the whole medical test, they do a background check your criminal records of the past and all that. And if you pass all these, you're good to go. You sign your contract. For me, speaking to my recruiter, I made sure I advocated for myself, because like I told you, I was broke. I needed money to go to school as well. At this time that I applied for military, I was already waiting for responses from the different schools I had sent my application to for my master's program. As soon as I landed the admission, it was time to pay money. You get for the military, like, there are wide range benefits. I needed to key into that, use up all of them, because I am giving my time. I was serving my country. They served me, I served them. It's a way thing. I advocated for myself, telling my recruiter that this is what I wanted out of my contract. I needed as much as I could get to pay for school. I was lucky enough, my recruiter was able to get me most of the things I had asked for, which has seen me through. Some recruiters can be so nonchalant, they really don't care, they're just out there to get their commission after they have signed you up. Make sure you advocate for yourself if you ever want to join. This is where I am at right now. If you have any more questions, put it in the comments. You can send me an email. Just really wanted to do this video. Like you can see, like, I'm in my car, I'm about to go out, but I'm like, I must do this video before the end of this year and try to edit and post. And if you're watching this now, I want to wish you all the best in the new year. May God bless you, keep you, and may all your dreams come true. I'll see you in my next video. Until next time, bye.